Hello, hello. So, this video is about hacking. So, when you think about hacking, you might think about the Hollywood movies or the Bollywood movies where they show different kind of terminal. Let me give you an example. Like a big terminal where you see lots and lots of like this code going on, coming forward, and but let me tell you, that's not hacking actually. And the video is about even if hacking is possible in 2024, my answer is no and yes, both. Okay, so we will differentiate hacking in two categories. One is direct hacking, second is indirect hacking. So I will tell you why I told you yes. Yes was basically for the indirect hacking. So what indirect hacking is? It's like tricking someone into doing something which gives you the access to their system or their infrastructure is what basically indirect hacking. And in the hacking world, people call it social engineering. So even the greatest of the greatest hackers who did some really great hacks were all indirect hacks. They used to call the office, the secretary or the guy who have most amount of access to the system but still don't, is not smart enough to understand that he's getting tricked into a social engineering trick where mostly the targets. So most hackers used to pretend themselves as, a serviceman or something from a third-party company or government or whatever the target would believe and convince into believing that the guy is legitimate and it's here to help. So that's what indirect hacking, and it's still possible in 2024, and many people are doing it. Even the most non-techy guys in India, in China, in Russia, in Africa, even in the United States and the Europe, but mostly the Indian videos are getting viral. So I will refer you with the India. So those guys call using a US phone number to the US target. Mostly they target this, mm, retired guys who don't know how exactly to use computers and who trust everybody because they don't know how bad the world has become in the past recent years. So they just simply trust them. So basically, the guys, the hackers, we can't technically call them hackers. We can call them scammers. So the scammers call them and tell them that they are from the XYZ company, and then they use some tools and softwares which enables them to get the access of the computer or mobile phone or the critical system by tricking them into a social engineering trick. So this guy scams their money or their social security numbers or whatever it be. I don't know exactly what they steal, but yes, they do this kind of things, and that's basically called indirect hacking. And there are indirect advanced hackers and scammers who are doing some basic tricks, but these things are mostly isolated by most user space of most operating systems. For example, this I'm using Windows operating system, which is most vulnerable operating system in the world right now. But let's take an example of my Android phone. So before 5 years, if I install a malicious APK from a malicious website, or if someone sent me as a PDF or something on my phone or my WhatsApp or my Telegram or or my email, I would simply install it, and then I don't know what's going on, what processes are going on behind the scenes. So at that time, what happens is I don't know if my camera is running, which application is using my camera, which application is using my microphone. But with the recent updates in the Android and various operating systems, they introduce something which shows that some of your applications are using your camera. For example, if you open your Instagram right now and click on the story, you will simply see the camera icon top right on your Android device. I don't know about iOS because all I use iOS for is for gaming, and that's my iPad. But I will tell you about Android. iOS is most secured right now, I must say, but Android is no less than that right now in 2024. So, indirect hacking happens by tricking the target. Now, let's talk about direct hacking. You might have seen in the movies that some guy sitting in North Korea or China or Russia attacks the websites of the governments or something directly. Yes, it was possible. It was possible before 2012 or 2010 because most people didn't have two-factor authentications or OTP mechanisms on their websites or on their portals or applications or systems. So at that time, the user will simply brute force. What is a brute force? So it's basically trying tons of different usernames and password on a system which doesn't belong to you, but get it's like a guessing game, and if it's guessed right, you get the access. But now, even if you guess the right username and right password, you still need OTP and various things. So direct hacking of system privilege access is almost impossible right now. And yes, there are some kind of hackings which are possible in direct segment, which are like DDoS. It's like denial of service. But in the denial of service, what you do is there is a server somewhere, let's say the Google server. You send, you know, let's say 500k requests a second to the Google server so that Google server can't serve the data to its legitimate user but is busy serving the data to you and it gets hanged or something. I'm just giving an example. So for this you need a powerful system to send at 500k requests a second continuously to a website. And now the hosting services like Vercel, Netlify, they inbuilt provide the security system which overlaps your website. For example, if from a single IP or from some range of IP. What is IP? IP is your computer's name. Think of it as like that right now. And if a single person is sending tons of requests to the website, then the hosting server will automatically understand this is a malicious request or this request is not legitimate. So it will simply deny those services, block those requests. So that's how direct attacks are almost impossible. Even if you have heard about the Israel doing the pager attack, they pre-planned it, they social engineered it, they installed the detonators and the server which worked to listen the signal from the IDF. IDF, yeah. I don't know exactly, but yes, IDF, as I heard in the news. So basically, they did it before the targets buy it. Targets were even planning to buy the pages, and Israel already knew about that. So that's basically social engineering. So the best of the best in the world, which is Israel's IT department or the cybersecurity department, even they have to follow the social engineering. So do you think you and me sitting in our room would be able to turn down the internet in some country or portals in some country? No, that's not possible in 2024. So the moral is, if someone is trying to sell you the courses of hacking or tools or something, claiming that you will be master in hacking, or even on the YouTube, if someone is selling you the Python course or hacking course, 90 days cybersecurity pen testing or something, they are just making you their customers to get the views, likes, and comments, and eventually get paid from the ad revenue which you are watching. So hacking is not possible. Yes, precautionary hacking is possible, which is like testing your web application. For example, this is not a secure website. So I intentionally made this. I checked it with DDoS attacks and various attacks. And yes, this website can be taken down, but not most government or big website from where you think that yes, in real you will get something. Those websites are not at all hackable. So don't spend your precious time, because in the AI age, everyone is running faster than you, faster than me. So don't spend your precious time in this kind of stuff. Yes, you can learn pen testing, but you can do it using JavaScript. You can do it using Python. You can learn yourself. You can do network monitoring yourself. When you will learn about networking and everything, I will give you an overview. You will get an idea, but you don't need to spend 72 days for to just find out that you can't hack a big portal. So what's point of spending so much time there? And even if you finish that course, if you are not getting hired, then that's a waste of time. So I would tell you, learn development, because that's what I have learned. I have invested like 7 to 8 years. Like 6 years ago, I came, but I had been into this, IT stuff on and off from 7 to 8 years, and I have learned that direct hacking is not possible in 2024, and it's gonna go more secure and secure every day. So don't worry, you don't need to spend time on cybersecurity. Yes, you will find in Telegram groups some so-called self-claiming hackers who will tell you that yeah, I hack, I do pen testing, and I do this, that, those. Don't believe them, because they are eventually selling you their blogs or their videos or their courses or their tools. Eventually, you will end up paying them or spending your time on their content and watching ads. So that is not viable option. If you want to learn hacking, learn this pen testing and everything, but we gonna cover it all. So yes, you don't need to specifically spend separate 6 months on learning something like that. Hacking is not possible simply in 2024. If someone is claiming, they are just faking it. If someone on the Instagram is showing you the Linux pages and everything and sending you the reels that he made some kind of antenna or with Arduino or Uno something, and they are just turning off the street lights and everything, yes, hacking the IoT device is still possible in 2024, but it won't get you paid. It won't get you started in your journey. If you are looking to do something for fun, I don't think you will spend 5 years learning, something for fun and just later on just turning off the street lights, and which will be eventually secured by the developers or by the makers or by the manufacturer, and you will feel lost and you get nothing. So the best thing would be learn development, especially web development, because web is the future, not applications. Web is the future. Mobile applications is all okay. I mean, for resource and native features, yes, mobile applications are good. We'll be covering that. But our prime focus will be on the web, and web is where the future lies. So I would suggest you guys to stop spending time on unnecessary things. Instead, use your WhatsApp's Meta AI or Facebook's Meta AI or ChatGPT and ask it the questions about development. See my videos, see some other good YouTubers' videos, and start asking question about that, because our videos contains the information which is minimal, but the real information which you will get is outside the video when you will search about it. So the searching is hacking. So yes, start searching, start asking questions, and don't fall for such videos and courses. Thank you.